Finnish university traditions can be, well, let's call it strange. I graduated from a Finnish university a couple of years ago, and here are some things I wish I knew sooner. And first is that university is more than just lectures and exams, because when I entered university, I was so dedicated to study. I was just sitting in my room preparing for lectures, preparing for exams, and I missed a lot of social activities in my first year of studies. And later on, I understood that that's a pity. I should have not done that. And when we actually had our first day in university, the rector gave a speech, and he said there that we should not only focus on studies, although it's a university, yes, but we need to do networking, meet people, because those people are the people you will probably be friends with till the rest of your life. There is so many amazing people in university, people who are interested in the same things that you. Meeting them is actually very valuable, as well as studying, obviously. There is many different communities in the universities. I was studying in the Lappeenranta University of Technology, and there was a lot of different clubs you could join depending on what you like photography clubs, entrepreneurship club. Then they also had some sport clubs. And also joining those clubs will make you feel home faster, especially if you're an international student and you're far from your home. I wish I tried more things out of my comfort zone. I wish I just would go to the things, try new stuff, join the student clubs, and just volunteer in a lot of things. Because I missed that part. And later on, when I was already close to graduating, I understood that would have been helpful also in a job search. Because you can put it to your CV that you have been volunteering or you have been a board member of one of the clubs, or it's just, meeting people and networking. Hackathons are actually very important because, again, you can get project to your portfolio, you can understand what do you like, what you don't like, you can work with people under pressure, and you can just, understand your boundaries, understand what you want, and maybe win a prize as well. Start looking for summer jobs early. And I know that many companies want usually the students who are close to graduation, but if you start looking for a job already after the first year or after a second year of your studies, you will already understand how the work life works and how the CV writing works, how the job interview works, because it's completely different from what I expected. And in the beginning, when I was just trying to find a job after first or second year of my studies, I really couldn't understand why I don't get any interviews or why I just get rejected. And I remember I was asking for a feedback from many of the HRs to whom I submitted my application. And some of them replied with the feedback, and that when I understood that I just don't know how the job market works. And the earlier you start, the better it will be for you. Because when you're graduating and you have some of summer job experiences, it's much easier to find a job. Also, you have some people who might give you a referral or just can be your recommendations, and that's very important. I wish I knew before going to university that Finnish university traditions can be, well, let's call it strange, because I remember how shocked I was when I first time saw all the things that were happening. And I'm not speaking now about overalls and stuff. Overalls are cute. Overalls with different colors, which shows which faculty you're in, they are nice. But I remember that I was walking just in the campus on the evening, and I understood that there was something happening. There was a lot of people. And again, I was not interested in the social things, so I didn't know what was happening. And I saw a small pool where was oil, and then there was people fighting in that oil. They were undressed in an underwear, if I remember correctly. But I was like, what is happening? And sometimes I also saw the naked people going on the campus territory, crossing the street to sauna, and they were naked. And I was like, Okay, unusual, but well. The good thing is that you don't have to participate if you don't want, but it's nice to know that something like this can happen so that later on you are prepared. I wish I took advantages of the university resources sooner because universities have career services who can help you to make your CV or cover letter. Also, there are some language courses, startup incubators, if you have an idea what you want to do, or even if you don't have an idea and you're just interested in entrepreneurship, just go there. Just join the entrepreneurship club and maybe something will work out. Maybe you will make your company. Who knows? Also use all the student discounts. I was so sad when I graduated. I understood I don't have those anymore. One thing that is important to know before going to Finnish university is that self-study is expected. So teachers and professors will not chase you for assignments. If you didn't submit it by the deadline, it's done. You cannot submit it later. Usually some mistakes are allowed, 3 maybe, but if you constantly don't submit your assignments on the deadline, you will just not pass the course. And that's it. And if you didn't pass the course, if you didn't attend it, it will be too late to try to get your grade later. That has been very strict. One more thing I wish I knew sooner is that grades are not everything. And I think actually no one ever really read my diploma with all the grades. No one ever asked me, why do you have this grade here? You can redo your exams, but if you cheat on an exam, there is a punishment for that. So for example, for one course, you can redo your exam 3 times. But if you cheated on one of them, there will be a punishment. And the worst punishment is that they will kick you out of the university. So I don't think it's worth it to risk if you can redo the exam. And one more thing I will recommend is to learn Finnish for the international students. Because although, yes, you can survive in Finland with English, when you will go and search for a job, it will be much easier to find a job if you speak Finnish. Even if you speak it not perfectly, but you are able to communicate with your coworkers or communicate with the customers. So looking back, the university was so much more than just grades and exams. I made some great friends there. I met my husband there, and it shaped my career and even shaped the way I see Finland. So if you're just starting or you're studying, don't be afraid to explore. Go and join that club. Go and try this hackathon. Go and meet that person. And also don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are part of the journey. And maybe a few years from now, you will be the one sharing what you wish you knew before joining a Finnish university.